Welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is Tuesday, January 7th, 2020. Let's take a look at our solar wind conditions right now. They are dropping at 419.4 kilometers per second with a density of 2.0. I've watched this drop over the last half hour from the mid 400s, so things are starting to quiet down a little bit. AR 2755 is still alive and well, and if you see over there on the eastern limb, we've got a pretty bright active region. I'm surprised that SPACEWEATHER.com has not yet labeled it a sunspot, but we are still waiting and monitoring that situation. Right now, 2755 is decaying, but we have another sunspot possibly on the eastern limb. Taking a look at our TCI, it's coming in at 2.82. That's unchanged from last night. And the KP index is at 1 with a max of 3. We had a earth-facing coronal hole with those kind of conditions for the last 24 hours, and we have been rocked, folks. And I don't mean us here in the United States, but here in Puerto Rico, another series of earthquakes has hit overnight. Now, I made the comment last night that I was hoping that this was going to be all the little earthquakes that we've had out in Puerto Rico were going to be good enough for letting some pressure out, in other words. And that wasn't the case. So today I wake up this morning and we are looking at multiple earthquakes in this area. Now we are talking about a island-wide blackout. A very strong and shallow earthquake registered by the USGS is a 6.4, 6.5 by the U. It's downgraded from a 6.5, I should say. Hits southern Puerto Rico at 8:24 UTC. That's 4:24 local time, January 7th, 2020. It's a very shallow earthquake. So multiple earthquakes in this location, and then you had over in Indonesia a 6.2 earthquake that was shallow, 12.6 miles, not as shallow as the ones in Puerto Rico. But let's talk about the ones over in Puerto Rico real quick. As you can see over the last several hours, Tallaboa, Indonesia is still rocking with a 4.8 that just came in not too long ago. Puerto Rico 6.4 that just happened not too long ago. And then we had the multiple aftershocks out here. Let me just take a quick look really fast, guys. Bear with me. I'm pulling up the information as we go along. Like I said, I woke up this morning with several alerts with earthquakes that had happened overnight. Guayanilla, Puerto Rico, 4.1 just at 7:21 a.m. this morning. Tallaboa, Puerto Rico had a 4.4 at 7:10 right before that, and then at 7:08 a 4.3 in Indos, Puerto Rico. Tallaboa again at 6:28 this morning at 4.4. Tallaboa, Puerto Rico at 6:18 was a 5.6. Tallaboa at 6:14 just before the 5.6 there was a 4.4. Tallaboa before that at 6 a.m. was a 3.8. Tallaboa once again at 5:28 this morning with a 4.3. Tallaboa once again at 4.3 at 5:13 a.m. this morning. Tallaboa again at 4:41 a.m. That was a 4.1. A 4.2 was right before that at 4:35, same spot. Indos, Puerto Rico at 4:18 a.m. with a 4.1. Indos, Puerto Rico with a 4.1 again at 4:08. 3.9. Tallaboa, Puerto Rico was a 5.0 at 3:50. A 5.6 hit Tallaboa, Puerto Rico at 3:34 a.m. These are all local Eastern Standard Time, folks. 6.4 in Indos, Puerto Rico. That was at 3:24 a.m. So that's what really got things going. And then, of course, the Sinabang, Indonesia earthquake was a 6.2. That happened at 1:05. And then Svalbard, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. That's up here, way up here. This one near Norway. Actually, that's closer to Greenland than anything. Let's zoom in a little bit on that one. Out in the middle of nowhere, thankfully, but it's on a line, and we had a 5.2, and that was approximately around 11:31 last night. So lots of action here. Papua New Guinea last night too. It's also noteworthy to mention a 5.3 in PNG. So we've had several aftershocks that build up to bigger earthquakes in Puerto Rico. And last night, like I said, folks, I thought that this was a good thing to see all these earthquakes, these smaller ones, and the pressure being released. I was wrong. And I'm going to watch other folks today and see what their take is on this. Folks like Dutch Sense. I know Lee Wheelbarger will have an opinion or two about what's going on down here. We talked briefly yesterday, and he has some concerns about this area to begin with. So we'll continue to watch this, guys, but right now the island is completely without power, and it's only had a power back for a year. Remember, Maria knocked out power to the entire island. They had it back up, and then it went out, and then when it went out the second time, that was it. It was done for almost an entire year. So here we are back at it again. These southern earthquakes have caused the entire island of Puerto Rico to be without power. If any more news breaks on this today, we will break through with a report. And one more thing, let's take a look real quick. There's that bright region on our star. And like I said, I'm a little surprised that this one has not been named yet. It's pretty big. It's pretty active. It looks like it has umbra, and it is definitely dancing around right now on the eastern limb. How long before it becomes a sunspot? Well, we don't know. And let's zoom in a little bit on this, see if we can catch a glimpse of this bad boy up close. So right now, we're just waiting to hear if this is going to become our next sunspot or not. And there it is right there, guys, on the far eastern limb. We will continue to monitor this. When this sunspot right here was identified, it was all the way back here. So makes me wonder if this is just an active region, like a plaque or something like that. We'll continue to monitor that as well. But yet in 2020, so far, we've had a minor sunspot on the sun every day of this year so far. So again, it's not uncommon to see something like this, some minor activity. The location of this sunspot would indicate that this is definitely from solar cycle 24. All right, let's take a look at our weather across the pond in the UK and in Ireland as well. And let's put this bad boy in motion. More rain for Scotland. Ireland's going through some showers right now. Western Wales will see some showers. Let's go ahead and take a look at our forecast here for today across the UK. Rain in the northwest, heavy at times, moving with southwestwards today throughout the day. Windy with gales in the north and severe gales in exposed spots as well. Very mild for most of you guys. Rain clearing with blustery showers in the north, drier further south with some clear periods, perhaps with frost across North Wales, Northern England, and Northern Ireland. That's tonight. And then tomorrow, sunshine and showers across Scotland with gales in the north, dry and sunny across Northern Ireland, England, and Wales, turning cloudy in the southwest with rain spreading northeast during the afternoon. And let's jump back over here to the US and take a look at our map. And we got some action right now. The snow is moving through West Virginia. Very light stuff, some lingering lake effect snow showers still in upstate New York and parts of central New York. And of course, Seattle continues to see that deluge of moisture as it is just going to continue to come down as it has been. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather section, folks. Take a look at, first of all, let's go to the wind chills. And as you can see, it's pretty cold throughout most of the United States. The wind chills are in the teens across the four quarter states. Up in the northeast and the northwest, not too bad. The northern plains, however, North Dakota, parts you are in the negatives on the wind chill side of things. And as far as our high lows, well, here's our high temperature outlook for today. This is what they're thinking. Some colder air starting to creep back in the northern plains as well. And let's check out what we're looking at for lows tonight. Pretty cold across the northern plains states. The northeast starting to see winter-like conditions again. Pretty comfortable across states in the south. All right, here is what NOAA is thinking for the next 3 days. Taking a look at today, we're going to still see some light snow across the northeast, some in the Great Lakes as well. The northwest is going to be impacted today with rain and snow showers. Heavy snow in Wyoming, heavy snow in Idaho, Montana, and parts of Washington today. And then let's take a look at what tomorrow brings. Well, it's a little bit quieter for the central part of the United States, but still light snow showers across the northern plains and the northeast and the northwest. Still continuing to see rain and snow on Wednesday, and then we get to Thursday, and it's going to be a giant mess across the United States. Most of the western parts of the United States is going to be indulged with some snow showers, rain up and down the west coast, and mixed precipitation, freezing rain for New York and parts of Pennsylvania as well. Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and the rest of the South, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Mississippi, looking for some thunderstorms and showers today. And let's take a look at our GFS outlook, folks, as we always do. And this time we're not going to go all the way out. I'm just going to go out for a couple days here. Here's that snow showers we were talking about from NOAA Friday. And let's go past Friday a little bit. This is where things get tricky for the Northeast. This is going to be mainly rain, I think, in the beginning. And then by the time look at the amount of moisture that we have heading our way here for the Ohio Valley, Western Tennessee and Kentucky. It should be pretty nasty flooding. This storm pushed up a little bit further north too. So that ice line has moved a little bit, and GFS is backing down on the intensity of this, but we're still going to see some rain. We're still going to see some snow. Not sure how much, but the icing still could be significant enough. 1/4 of an inch could be possible still for parts of upstate New York, Vermont, and New Hampshire, parts of Maine as well, as we go through this weekend into Monday when the storm finally ends and moves out of here. More moisture in the northwest through Monday to start the week. And then we have some brief systems that'll move quickly off to the east. And then a pretty big system starting to develop on the 15th of January. And last night we were showing this. Matt, looks like you're going to be a little bit more snow than what they originally thought in the first place. Nothing much. You're probably going to be dealing more with the wind than anything else. And that low pressure system gets its act together, starts moving across the Midwest into the Great Lakes. And we should see a pretty heavy snow event for Wisconsin and people in the upper part of Michigan, icing near Detroit as well. The backside of this, Ohio, you'll see some snow at the end. This system here, still not sure what's going to happen. It's still a few days out. Mainly rain in the northeast for now. Some snow in Maine. You guys will definitely see the bigger amounts of snowfall from this system. You could get a foot from this multi-day event at this point. And this is pretty much futurecast stuff here, as we will continue to watch more storms, more systems continue to develop throughout the month. Winter is finally here, folks, and I think that cold air, like I've been talking about for most of the month here in the United States, this is where we are at the end of the month. And I've been talking about mid to late January before we start seeing that Arctic air being unleashed. And I believe that we are starting to see signs of that starting on the 17th of January. All right, folks, that's going to do it for me this morning. We'll be back tomorrow morning with another grand solar minimum update. Unless we see any more issues out of Puerto Rico today, we will report if needed. We hope everyone has a great day, folks, and we will talk soon. Take care.
Do you like this show? Give us a thumbs up. Want to support us more? Share to your favorite social media platform. Buy a t-shirt or become a Patreon. All links are in the description below.